Saturday, November 8th. Not the first. I was going to say the first football weekend of November, but I guess that was last weekend technically. Three huge college football games going on. If you're into that, got a couple. The biggest being number 7 BYU at number 8 Texas Tech. I don't think anyone expected that when the start of the year. So, and we got a Europe game tomorrow. Another one. I think we have 2 more, if I remember correctly. 2 more European games. So make sure to wake up early. I don't know if there's any questionable players in that game. Questionable fantasy players.
Who is the morning game?
Colts and Falcons at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. So I believe they're playing in Germany. They are playing in Germany. And then I think there's a game in Spain next week. Yeah, there's another early game. I think it's the game in Spain next week. So, yeah, apparently we've been hearing a lot about it. Daniel Jones's splits when it comes to playing inside versus outdoors and stuff like that is like pretty telling. So, yeah, and I think I'm not sure what the Germany stadium is.
It's open
indoors
air.
Or outdoors. Open air. Is
Yeah.
that like SoFi or is that like Seattle or something? Seattle's like the field is open.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that.
Okay. So we have Rogers here. Gadsden or Loveland is an interesting one. Gadsden or Loveland?
I think it's just Gadsden at this point.
Probably, yeah. Is Komet? What's going on with Komet?
I don't know. I don't know if that really changes it for me yet. I want to see it for one more week from Loveland, I think, before I'm like fully on board. I mean, he did get like a 58-yard touchdown on the last play of the game.
Yeah, but he was still having a good game.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. He still would have been 5 for 60 and a touchdown, which you're happy with. But, you know, he's playing a lot. We always reference that a lot with tight ends. 81% of the snaps each of the last 2 games, so that's great. But Olonde has been doing it a little bit longer, so.
Yeah, one of those was Komet really didn't play, and then last week it was like Komet played, but then I think he got injured or like he was coming back from the injury and stuff. So it's kind of still a little bit up in the air, like how much they're going to use Loveland consistently. So, yeah, I think it's Oronde. I think it's not a terrible matchup. I mean, my only concern is like if that Steelers pass rush is really gets to Herbert without, they lost both their tackles again. Joe Alt is done for the year. They had to go and get a kind of a bust pick from the Saints and trade for him. And I assume they're going to play a tackle and that's just like TJ Watt's he's just like, he's ready to go, right? Like he's ready to just sack the hell out of Herbert. So, but yeah, I'd still go Gadsden.
That might benefit the little short area stuff for Gadsden too. Trying to get the ball out quick, maybe. I feel like he hasn't really been used that way though. Like he's been used more as like a down the field guy. Like a field stretcher. Just looking at like yards per reception, 14.2 is pretty high for a tight end. Last 3 weeks, 13.6, 15.4, 23.4. So like he seems to get like that long pass each and every game that kind of makes his fan. Like last week he had a 34-yard catch, 40-yard before that, 53. Let's see his ADOT here. ADOT 8.2 though. So it's more of I guess it's more yak then. So because his ADOT's not very high. Gotta get that yak.
Killer Gorilla is here. Parker Washington or Alec Pierce? I think I'm still going to go Parker Washington. I like Alec Pierce too. But I think more consistent, like Alec Pierce with if one of those guys are out, like a Josh Downs is out or something like that. then he's more exciting. But I think I'm just going to go Parker Washington. I'm not super worried. I know they're playing Houston. Maybe you do lean Pierce in that way, though. I don't know which way you go in here.
Yeah, I mean the Houston matchup kind of scares me a little. My knee jerk reaction was Parker, but I think I might lean Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think the absence of Brian Thomas and Mr. Travis Hunter is going to be huge. Obviously, they just got Jacoby Myers, right? That's who they got. Yeah. So I don't know. It's a little tough, but I think I'm going to give the nod to Alec Pierce.
Yeah. I am fine with that. It's kind of a toss up there. So yeah, if you want to avoid that matchup for the Texans, then yeah, you want to. I get it there. Parker Washington, Pierce to cough up a QB, Mike. Hey, let's talk about our third listener dynasty league. I think I've traded 1, 2, 3 quarterbacks in that league. So I drafted 6 in the first 10 rounds, but I've traded Penix, I've traded Darnold, and I've traded Aaron Rodgers. So I mean, I'm willing to trade it, but I'm not gonna sell low on any of them. I know people think like, oh, you have a lot of quarterbacks, like you can sell low on it. Oh, I think I've traded Tua as well. So I've traded a bunch in that league for sure. I don't even remember what I traded Tua for. Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to sell, but Drake May is going to be tough, man. Drake May is going to be tough. I treat him like a top 5 dynasty quarterback, like up there, like what you should pay for guys like Allen, Lamar, those type of guys. Like Drake May's right there. So it is right there. Dart or Darnold. I think I like Dart this week. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Dart this week against Chicago. I think they're going to be able to score points. His rushing ability, obviously Darnold's been playing awesome and stuff like that, but Dart's rushing floor is pretty nice. Yeah. Where are you at here?
Yeah, I think it's Darnold. Or sorry, Dart also. I was just looking up to see Darnold already played Arizona, and he went 18 for 242 and 1 with 24 on the ground. So yeah, I don't think there's a bad decision there. So, but rushing upside will give the tiebreaker to Dart.
Yeah, I mean, just the Bears offense or defensively, I don't know. Just something's gave up 42 to the Bengals, 30 to the Ravens the last 2 weeks. Not so bad before that, but they were also playing, the Saints, Commanders, I guess with Jaden Daniels. Yeah, I'm gonna go Dart. So we talked about it. Like, I think we mentioned it after his first couple of starts of just like, oh, I don't know if he's going to be able to keep this kind of rushing pace, but then he kind of has. He has over 50 yards rushing in 4 of his 6 starts, and then the other 2 starts he has a touchdown. He has 5 touchdowns rushing, but so he's literally given you 11.5, 7.5, 7. Almost 12, 5.5, 10.5 rushing. Like that's insane,
You know what? I think I might amend my answer a little bit. 6 point per passing touchdown, Darnold for Dart.
Yeah, I'd probably just go Dart either way, just because like the rushing yards, like the potential of basically getting over a touchdown in rushing yards, Loveland or Otten. I think I'd go Loveland here.
No, interesting. I think I'm going Otten.
Yeah, tougher matchup for
for Otten. I don't know. Like, we haven't really seen. Like, he's been a good tight end, but he hasn't been like he kind of wasn't what he was when Evans and Godwin got hurt last year. He was like heavily targeted. So we haven't really seen that this year.
Yeah, they're starting to involve, Shepard and Tez Johnson a little more. I mean, Shepard was there last year too, but I just think they're gonna have to pull out all the stops to beat New England.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it could be a decently high volume pass game in that match.
Yeah. Make a stream trade and need a quarterback. Again, like I'm only down to 3 quarterbacks now in that league. So yeah, and one of them's Kyler. So he's on IR, obviously. So yeah, I mean, I'm always willing, but again, I have May and Hurts, and so I'm
gonna
pretty
be
excited
expensive.
about those guys. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I think in like week 4 in one of our other dynasty leagues, I had like 6 or 7 starting quarterbacks like for that week, just because I had backups and whatnot.
Mhm.
And I think I'm down to 3 now. Well, I don't know if Fields is starting. They haven't said. I'm assuming he is, so that would make it 4. But
Yeah.
it's all just kind of guys getting hurt and
Yeah. I mean, I was offering, I think to you, Killer Gorilla, like Aaron Rodgers was basically like any second. You want a second for Aaron Rodgers. And I know people are hesitant. It's like, oh, what is he beyond this year? But it's like, well, if you're trying to win this year, should be worth that. I mean, I even did that with Flacco. I think Flacco's even more expensive at this point. It's just like, if you're trying to win this year, like Aaron Rodgers, who, when you compare him to quarterbacks, he's QB 17, doesn't sound sexy, but he's a top 30 player overall in the entire league, because quarterbacks they give you 15 points. That's better than 90% of the fantasy players out there. So, I know people are always hesitant about that. It's like, well, yeah, but what are you trying to do this year? I think even Darnold was kind of cheap in that league. And obviously that's changed. What did I trade Darnold for? I think I traded him for essentially a Olave and some picks or something like that. Pick 1 running back, 1 flex, full PPR: Henderson, Hall, Rashad White, Parker Washington, Charbonnet. So we need a running back and a flex. Hall is the running back for me over Henderson and Rashad White.
Yeah, I think White's the flex for me. I agree with Brees.
Yeah, White or Henderson for me is the flex. So, I know Travion didn't have a huge fantasy game last week.
You got like 5 catches there, right?
Yeah, I mean he had 18 touches with 4 catches, 87 total yards. He didn't get the touchdown, and it went to Terrell Jennings, but they played him 75% of the snaps. That's the most exciting thing. Is if you're telling me he's going to play 75%, he's going to get 15 plus touches with probably 3-4 catches. And it has the better matchup. I think I lean Henderson over White. Patriots are kind of a tough defense. But White's probably going to catch a decent amount. So I lean Henderson, but it's pretty close. I think I just go again when it's that close. I think I'm starting to lean more towards just go with who has the better matchup. So Browns defense or Panthers defense.
I think Browns versus the Jets.
Defense.
Yeah. And are you not worried about that? Going back to that last question, you're not worried about Brees Hall versus the Browns defense?
Nah, I don't think I think he's like one of those players where I just like start him. Like over these type of guys, I just start him.
I don't think it's close enough between like White and Henderson and Brees Hall for me.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, he's been pretty bad, except for his last game, but that was against Cincy. So
Mhm.
it's like I can get 133 yards against Cincy.
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty bad the 2 games before, right? But then
Yeah.
the 2 games before that, he was good.
Yeah, but it was Dallas and Miami too. So he's good against bad defenses, it seems like.
So are you saying you're gonna bench him over
I don't
Henderson and
know.
White?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm quite there yet. I'm just bringing it up as
Yeah.
as something to think about.
I mean, Patriots are a bad matchup, right? For
Yeah,
Patriots
they're right.
are fourth
They're right
toughest.
up there too.
Yeah. So you can kind of make that argument with White, and I just think Hall's a better player.
Okay.
Browns or Panthers? Yeah, both. I mean, both have good matchups. To the point you were saying, Browns they're the better defense. They're at New York. There is potential weather, if I remember correctly, happening and forming. Let's see here. New York, it says there's a chance of rain, 40% chance, light rain. So nothing too crazy there. Yeah, I mean, better defense are the Browns, and that's probably the smart move. But Panthers have a good matchup too against the Saints. Probably a better matchup against the Saints.
Yeah, I mean, the Jets aren't anything to really be scared of, right? So I don't know. Yeah, like I was looking at that too. I'm not sure where are the Panthers defense ranked just in general. Like I have no idea. Like I've never even considered starting them. And maybe that's wrong. No, they're pretty middle of the pack. So yeah, Browns.
Yeah, Panthers are middle of the pack. Who do I sit? Devontae Adams, no. Michael Pittman, London, or Ibuka. Man,
I know.
you're
right?
lucky. I'm starting Adams for sure. I'm
Ibuka.
probably starting Ibuka. Man, yeah, I think it's Pittman, unfortunately, but they're literally probably all top 15 with with Adams, London, and Ibuka probably like top 10. So just off the top of my head, they all have. I'm just looking here. They all have good matchups too. Like all really good matchups against Atlanta, against New England. I guess is the one you can say maybe it's not a great one, but I don't know where they're at with receivers. I know they're good against receivers. They're middle of the pack, slightly higher, towards the tougher side. So yeah, I'm benching Pittman, but yeah, that's tough that you have to bench him. Start 2 full PPR: Flowers, Diggs, Tet, and Waddle. What's going on with Tet? I know he was on the injury report. Tetaroa, excuse me.
Tetaroa. Let's see. Did we get any questionable still as of an hour ago via Rotoballer? So what time's his game? I'll look at that.
Yeah, probably you looked that up. Waddle, I'm going to start. I mean, Waddle's just been really good since Tyreek Hill's been out. Probably not going to start Diggs. It's just, I'm not saying like I wouldn't start him at all, but like compared to these other guys, the one thing with Diggs is that he doesn't play as much as these other guys, and that's always going to be, led to a little bit less consistency. Now he could play more with Booty out, but he might just continue to play his role. I think I'll go Waddle. I want to go Waddle and Tetaroa, but if it's a situation where like you're risking it or something because he's questionable, I think I just pivot Waddle Flowers.
He's got a 10 a.m. game, so West Coast PST 10 a.m. So you'll know.
Yeah. So where do you go? Let's just say they're all healthy. Who you starting here?
Yeah, probably Tetaroa and Waddle.
Yeah. Don't mind Flowers either, though. Don't mind Flowers either against Minnesota. Hopefully it's a higher scoring game. Stroud and a lot of other stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to me, May to Stroud is a pretty big down tier, so I'm going to need, a decent amount in return there. I know you put Stroud, Pollard, Io Manor in a third. I don't know if that's enough for May, to be honest. Like, and that's how I am on them, Not that it's like super far off though.
Are you competing in that league?
No.
Oh, okay.
I am trying to lose. Like my team is bad. Like,
oh well, yeah. Then get all those guys because you will lose.
Yeah, right. No, it's this week I'm starting DeMarcus Robinson, Julian Hill, Chris Moore, Ray McLeod, Matt Collins. Like it was already obviously when drafting all those quarterbacks, you don't have a lot of depth. And then once I lost guys like Connor Eckler, who are like starters for my team, and then stuff like that. So, Travis Hunter, I lost. I was like, all right, I need to just tank. But I'm fine because I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 26 picks, and then some, decent amount of 27. So we'll see. We'll see. I mentioned it. My other league, I did a QB horde before last season. I drafted a team before last season. QB horde / build for the future. I sucked that year, and then this year I'm already competing. I'm in 4th place. I have a good team, so just got to be able to move the pieces. Who did I start? Did we just talk about this one?
Yeah, we did that one.
Okay,
I think you went backwards.
Went backwards here. Should I drop Slayton for Tez Johnson? They're both pretty similar in my opinion. I think like Tez, you can make the argument has a little bit more like, there's some. Does he just get better? With time and stuff, but like I think they're kind of similar.
Yeah, they're similar enough. I'd give the nod towards the better offense, I guess, though. And
so the Giants
and take Tez. How dare you?
I mean, how many points have the let's see here. I'm just looking up here now. So I feel like New York's like sneaky. Okay, no, they're 22nd. I thought they're like sneaky top 12 offense or something just because they're defense or like in shootouts, but yeah, better offense there. Raking the leaves, nice. I was watching a video on how and we don't, we never really lived in a place where we have to like rake leaves and stuff. But it was like talking about how like you shouldn't rake leaves and it's actually good for like your whole yard. And I don't know enough about it. So I just thought it was kind of interesting. Marvin's here. By the way, guys, hit the like button on this video for us. That's all we ask. We go in order, answer your questions. If you have an urgent question or you just feel generous, you can always donate. There's a little $sign by the chat box to super chat us, and we'll kind of prioritize your comment. But biggest thing we ask is just to hit the like button. We have double-digit people watching. We should have at least 10 likes on this video. I'm going to check now. We only have 3. I always forget to do it when I watch YouTube videos. I know it's just easy to not do it, but hit that like button for us. We would appreciate that. Brissett and Daniel Jones over Kyler. Where we at? Yeah, Brissett is Brissett's a stud, man. Yeah, Kyler got benched essentially. They played it off as that foot injury, but he got benched. So let's see where Kyler is next year. Someone's going to give him a shot, especially if they don't have to pay him a bunch of money. So
yeah, wonder what his contract is. I know we kind of talked about him at the end of last week, or was it on Monday? I don't know. Maybe it was Sunday morning, but yeah, you nailed it, Marv. Here's a question. I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mariota against Detroit Mac Jones against the Rams, McCarthy versus Baltimore, Trevor versus Houston.
I'm
Don't
going
really
to
like
pass on
Atlanta.
Trevor.
Yeah.
I might just go Mac Jones. Like Mac Jones actually played well
Yeah.
last week. He just like fantasy wise, it was fine. 235 and 2. I think I just go Mac Jones.
I was kind of leaning Jones too because he went for 342 and 2 against the Rams earlier this year too. I had Mariota slotted in, but I was kind of leaning McCarthy. But now that Mac Jones is playing, I'll just make that switch. Bobby's going down, and he's a dumb shit, by the way. I'm channeling Dad. I'm wearing his Chancellorsville hat. So, Bobby, you're a dumb shit, even though you're not here or listening.
It's also tough to know with like the Ravens, like where are they defensively? Because like they were just giving up so many points. And then they're starting to get healthy. They held Tua in check. He threw for 260 and an interception. Which is that impressive? Who knows? And then Caleb was 285 and an interception. So they've kind of shut down, since they've started to get healthy. They've shut down the last two quarterbacks that they've played. In terms of fantasy points, they threw for a decent amount of yards, but didn't put up touchdowns. So it's tough to know where we're at with the Ravens, like and stuff too. So like, are they good? Are they bad? I don't know. Yeah, I think I just go Mac Jones there. Rate the squad 12-team PPR starts 7. Daniels, Dart, Judkins, Brees, White, Charbonnet, Chase Brown, Henderson, Harvey, JSN, Washington,
Parker
must be just weird that you put him over Lamb and Ibuka. I know you probably just, I don't know, you might just be reading down a list or something, but yeah. I mean, JSN, Lamb, and Ibuka are great. Daniels, Jones, and Dart will get you by. Your running back room's a little bit like could be good, could also be just like slightly above average, or like good but not great. Yeah, it's a really good team. I mean, moves to make. If Henderson has a big game, do you sell high on him? Can you sell high on Harvey? I don't think so. Maybe you could have before this last week's horrendous game.
Depends on what's going on with Dobbins. He hurt his foot.
That's true.
Yeah.
I still don't know if they're going to use Harvey a whole lot, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no one knows what the fuck Sean Payton's doing. No. Yeah, Sean Payton.
Yeah, I think I would potentially try to like sell high on a guy like Judkins / Harvey or something, or Henderson, and get like a stud piece. Can you get a stud piece from a team that needs a couple starters? And then I'd be, it's a start 7. So like you just need a few studs, and you got that in JSN, Lamb, and Ibuka. If you add one more to this team, I think you're looking good. I don't want all that depth in a start 7, especially as we kind of progress through bye weeks and you think you're going to make the playoffs. Give me a stud. Can I trade 2 or even 3 depth pieces for a stud? Like that's the move I'd be looking to make.
You trying to upgrade where? Running back specifically? I mean, that's probably the easiest. I don't know. I mean, you definitely could upgrade in the other 2 spots too, at quarterback and tight end, right? Maybe I don't know who I would really consider an upgrade at tight end who has been playing well. Like I'm not going to like Oronde yet or anything like that.
No.
What do you think about maybe buying low on George Kittle, adding him to this squad?
Sure.
Or are you worried about Kittle?
I mean, yeah, but also I know Kittle can be like the best tight end from this point on. So I'm willing to take a risk like that. Tyler Warren, I would go to, obviously McBride and Bowers if you can.
Yeah, I just feel like those guys are going to be expensive. Not that expense is necessarily the problem, but Warren's had a couple of down games, so.
Yeah, I mean, I would look into, can I get a Lamar? Can I trade
Yeah.
a Daniel Jones, and a Henderson for Lamar, or even another piece like even wide receiver. If you could start 4 wide receivers, I don't know if you can, but if you could start 4, I would that even that position's open. Whatever I can start and add to my lineup, it's a stud. I'll go out and get. So I assume you're in a 2 wide receiver, 1 flex, and a start 7. So you can't start 4 wide receivers. So I wouldn't necessarily make that move, but if I'm just missing something there, and you can, whatever piece. So at that point, it would have been my 3rd quarterback. Yeah, I mean, but that's the stuff you got to look at too, right? When if you know your team's trying to compete and stuff, you kind of like, all right, where are my potential problems here? Where are my potential spots where like, okay, this could be an issue. I don't really have a QB3 and stuff, so you gotta secure it, for something like that. But I get it. I'm not faulting anyone for not wanting to trade a second for a guy like Aaron Rodgers or something, but
I am.
I'm always willing to make a move like that on a team that's competing, and kind of looking ahead and just knowing injuries can happen and bye weeks and stuff like that. Especially when you compare, a QB 24 is a top 50 player in this league, and we start 144 guys each and every week. So you're literally talking about a guy that's in the top 3rd essentially of the league, in points. So.
Yeah, I never feel good about only having 2 quarterbacks in a super flex league. That's for sure.
I don't even feel great about. Sorry,
I was just gonna say, especially if I'm kind of competing. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not too worried. Like, you got to think that 2nd round pick is, 2-7 or later if you're making the playoffs. So
absolutely, yeah.
Trade it.
Yeah. 26 late first worth less than usual, seems top heavy. Actually, funny you asked this. I just made a video this morning. I'm actually in the process, like as we're streaming, of uploading it about the 26 class. And my overall, again, a lot is going to change, but I made this video back in early October, and now we're a month later in early November. And I can say this, the class has already gotten deeper, in my opinion, just in the last month. Now we only have about 3-4 more weeks of the college season, excluding the college football playoffs and bowl games and stuff. So there's not a whole lot of the college season left, but in just a month, in just 4 or 5 games, a lot has changed. I think there's 3 potential top 10 picks at the quarterback position. I think there's potentially 10 to 12 first-round picks in the NFL draft of fantasy relevant positions, which is basically your entire rookie draft. I think there's 3 potential top 10 quarterbacks, but a lot, we don't know who's coming out yet either. So keep that in mind. There's a first-round running back, in my opinion, in Jeremiah Love. There's, I think, 3 locks at wide receiver in the first, 2 locks at wide receiver in the first round, 1 almost lock, and then 2 or 3 others that could sneak into the back end of the first round. And by the way, the top 2 wide receivers, I think, could be top 10 picks potentially. I think there's a first round tight end as well. So I actually think this draft class is slightly better than we thought, even just entering the college season or even a month into the college season. So yes and no. Like a lot of people, by the way, when they play Dynasty, they don't pay attention to how good is the draft class until potentially a month before the NFL draft. And so keep that in mind. Like you can trade those picks for 27 picks, right? And stuff like that. So yes, I don't know what you mean by worth less, like worth less than last year's. Yeah. Worth less than 2 years ago, probably. Worth less than 2027, probably. But I still think they're valuable. So hopefully that helps. Burrito Master. And yeah, sadly, I'm Dynasty offseason. I dropped. I'm Dynasty offseason.
I think he's meant in Dynasty offseason.
I already Rudy.
I was going to say I already read through this. So go ahead.
Had too many picks. So he dropped all those guys. Booty. Or does he mean in the Dynasty offseason?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in the Dynasty offseason, he dropped Booty, Parker Washington, traded Vidal and Calvin Austin just for Fab. because you had too many picks. A good way to get around that, Marv, and I've done this before, like especially if you have like later picks in a round and you just know you have too many and you have guys that like you can get into this and rebuild, like where you just get way too many picks and you're like, well, where do I fit these guys onto my roster? Trade them for next year's picks in the draft. Like if you have the 210, offer it up like when you're on the clock, say, I'll take any second for next year for this pick, that kind of thing, you know? Or even if you have like an early third, like sometimes people see guys on there that they're willing to give you their second for next year, especially if they think they're a competitive team. Mm-hmm. So you can kind of kick the can down the road a little bit that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is a little bit of like, yeah, picks, you know, just stockpiling picks seems great. But if you can't trade them, you can get into a situation like this, you know? And all those guys were like, I don't blame you for dropping these guys for Booty, Washington, Vidal, Calvin Austin. Like, you know, you had to do what you had to do. So,
I mean, Vidal was on our waiver wire in one of our dynasty leagues, and
I dropped him.
Yeah, it's like 12-man, 28-man rosters, 12-team, 28-man rosters. So it's kind of like, yeah, like some of these guys just aren't worth rostering until they are, kind of a thing. It's hard to tell that sometimes.
Yeah. I'm in a scenario where I need to force trades or else I'm going to drop decent guys. Yeah. And you can always like, sometimes you have to just like kind of quote unquote lose a trade or undersell a player just to get the trade done. Like there's certain situations and players I'm not willing to do that for, but there are others. Like if I'm on a rebuilding team, I'm willing to, you know, sell a little bit lower on veterans that I don't see much potentially beyond 2026 or excuse me, 2025. So, you know, it's just the reality of it all, really.
Roster management.
It is a big thing. It is a big thing for sure.
I think Bree, she runs into this a lot where she's like, there's no one available, or I have too many guys like that are good, kind of a thing. Like she kind of bounces back and forth, and it's kind of like, I try not to give her too much advice because usually when I tell her something, it's wrong. Like it ends up being completely wrong, and then she doesn't actually hold it against me, but she probably should. She should just realize like not to listen to me, I guess.
Yeah.
For fantasy football, everything else I'm right about.
We got a wide receiver non-PPR here in Golden, Slayton, and Demario Douglas. Is Golden playing?
It says he's day-to-day, so they don't even know if he's going to play.
To me, it's Slayton.
Yeah, I mean, non-PPR, it's touchdowns, right? Mm-hmm. Non-PPR, I guess standard, right? Like that's what we call it.
Well, he called it non-PPR, but I think we shouldn't call it standard anymore because it's no longer standard.
For reals. Yeah, and Golden's Monday night, so you can't wait on that. You have to pick one of the other two guys. So
yeah, probably. I mean, Douglas has more touchdowns. Slayton doesn't have any. Yeah, maybe you just go the better quarterback and hope for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do. Tampa Bay versus New England could potentially be a shootout. So
the thing is, though, like Douglas, if you actually look at his snap share, he doesn't play. He's under 30% in 5 straight weeks.
He's under 30% every fucking game except for 2. So
yeah, I mean he's at 30% for the season.
Yeah, so yeah, that is tough. Maybe you do have to play the guy who is actually on the field. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go Slayton.
Yeah. You buying Kyler and for how much? I would still potentially buy him. How much is a good question. I haven't really thought too much about it, to be honest.
Well, about 5 days ago, I was saying, we were talking about 2028 picks in relation to Kyle Monangai. And I was like, yeah, maybe that 2028 first is what you get Kyler for. Well, things have changed since then. But what about that as a starting point? Are you giving up a first 3 drafts from now for Kyler?
Probably not.
Yeah, I know, right? You probably don't have to
I
either.
mean, I
is the
could not
thing.
just straight up. I don't think I could like that could be the main part of the package or something, and then there's other pieces involved. But I think we're at that point. Like, I don't think he plays for the Cardinals the rest of the year, most likely. And then what? Where does he go? He's going to get a shot, and maybe that's better for him.
Jets.
It's what a lot of people are saying. Yeah.
God, man. Fucking Jets.
Yeah, it's tough to say. Like, I really have to think about that. We need to start making some more price check videos here and just like
Yeah.
check in on some of these guys or more dynasty shows in general, and just to have these conversations, which obviously during, as the season winds down, which it slowly is, we will do that for sure. So also for the non-PPR, Travion Henderson or Tyrone Tracy. I'm going to go Travion.
Yeah.
They were using Singletary a little bit more in that second half last week. Yeah, I'm going to go Travion there. McCarthy, just because everyone you listed has a low ceiling. So Marv says McCarthy for your QB question there. Which I don't disagree with necessarily.
Yeah. I think I am leaning Mac Jones. When I first was trying to make the decision, Purdy was not ruled out yet. Because Mac Jones was kind of like my favorite, just because he's already played the Rams and it was really good. So,
yeah. Tanner McKee over Kyler. Yeah, Marv loves this Tanner McKee. Yeah. Again, like what have we seen over the last half decade is just like sometimes systems matter, and coaches matter, and teams matter, and like, so we'll see with Brissett and the Cardinals. Like, again, he did it against the Cowboys. Brissett. Cowboys are one of those teams where it's like they make everyone look good. So now you get the Seahawks. Let's see how Brissett looks. Look good. It could look good. Is Harvey a buy low? I don't know if people are always a little bit like they move running backs down. I feel like a little bit like rookie running backs, that is a little bit less. Like Harvey's still RB 19, and according to Keep Trade Cut, he entered the season basically as RB 19. So like he hasn't really changed. He dipped a little bit, came back up a little bit, but like he hasn't changed from when he was drafted. He was drafted and he was RB 19, 20-ish. So if people are low on him, sure. But if Dobbins is hurt, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to do. You just don't know what. I don't know how they're ever going to use Harvey.
Like and it depends on how low is low. Yeah.
Keep May. Yeah. Been going back and forth on this deal all week. 12-team Dynasty Superflex PPR start 10. Give 226 first, the 102, 103, and a mid to late. Okay, I think we talked about this one. Olave and Tesla to get CD and Kittle. 226 first.
Yeah, so I was kind of reading this as you were talking. I was just completely ignoring you. I think it's a good move, honestly. I mean, you kind of have to be in win now. But I mean, so basically that early first and that mid to late first. Wait, why'd you do that? Oh,
I was just thinking he was giving context for his team a little bit too.
Okay, I did not read that part. So maybe everything I'm saying is bullshit. But I mean, those two firsts are worth CD Lamb. Easy. Like, yeah, it's a really early first, but it's really hard to replace CD Lamb. Like basically impossible, right? Like to replace him even with that early first. And so the mid to late first is basically what you have to pay to like kind of give the other person a shot on like actually making a profit off of that. Olave to Kittle is close enough to me if you're in win now, like, and you need a tight end, and Tesla's essentially nothing. So I like the Lamb Kittle side.
Yeah, and he said he's tied for first, second in points for, so he's a legit team. He has May, Caleb, Judkins, Warren, ETN, Amon-Ra, Buka. Like he has a really good team here. So, like in a vacuum, like I would say there's like if you put this into a calculator or something, there's probably slightly more value on the 226 first Olave side, just because Kittle's going to be down a little bit, because of his age and stuff like that. Also, Olave's been, we got to give him credit. He's been good this year. He's been very, very consistent, even with the bad quarterback. And he had a big boom game a couple weeks ago, and so that makes him wide receiver 9 on the year.
Wow!
But
I'm really surprised at that 9. I would have guessed like 15.
He's 17 in points per game, so
nailed it.
Yeah, a little bit closer there. But like he literally has not had a bust game. I mean, 8.7 is his lowest in PPR. Everything else is double digits or more. So we do got to recognize that a little bit. But I think you're trying to win it. You're getting the best piece. Kittle's a wild card. Like he hasn't done anything since coming back from the injury, and he could be a nothing piece, and that might hurt this trade a lot. But if Kittle turns into what we think Kittle can be, then I think you go for this trade and go for the win. So. And you're still getting a long-term piece in Lamb. Like those are the trades I like to make the most, obviously, in Dynasty, is like you're getting win now pieces that are also long-term, So, yeah.
Yeah. I was just putting it all into the calculator right now on keep trade cut. And it's like, nah, this is bullshit anyways. It's saying the 2 first plus Tesla is like even with the Lamb and Kittle side. I do not agree with that even a little bit.
Yeah, I don't agree either. But people like Tesla because of the name, and he's on the Lions.
Lamb's down at wide receiver 6 on keep trade cut, which is, I don't know. It's like, oh, he's actually in like the 3rd, 4th tier because I got Jefferson in the 3rd. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
I mean, JSN or Lamb.
I'll still take Lamb.
Yeah, I think I might.
But it's the same shit at this point.
Yeah, 3 years age difference for 3 years younger for JSN.
Yeah, I don't really care about that for a 26-year-old Lamb.
Yeah. Full PPR, Woody.
No, you skipped over. Purdy is not playing this week. I think we already said that, but.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Purdy's not playing. Full PPR, Woody, Parker, Ortez. My gut is what is Chubb out?
Let's see. No. It doesn't even say anything about him being injured, so.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
He says he's off injury report yesterday. So that changes it a little bit, I think. Man, this is tough.
PPR. I was gonna say, do you give the nod to Parker? Because he has, well, maybe he doesn't have that. I was going to say maybe he has the least competition, but I don't know. I don't know if that's true. Between him and
toughest matchup is Parker Washington against Houston. I think I still go Woody, to be honest, but I'm not super confident in it. I mean, he has last 4 games, he has a 0-3-4-0 in catches. So like,
targets are there. He's got 12 in the last 3 games. In those last 3 games, so
yeah.
They didn't turn into catches. Well, I mean, 7 of them did. Just last week, he caught 0 of them, so that affects the numbers a bit. So yeah, I'll go Woody.
Agreed. Any first for Rico? I mean, if I have Rico, I'm taking a first for him. Am
Yeah.
I trading a first for Rico if I knew it was going to be late and I'm adding him to a stud team? If it's a deeper starting roster, then yeah, I think he could be like a top 12, 15 running back this year, the rest of the season. So,
Yeah, send me your first for Rico in our home league.
No. No. By the way, guys, hit the like button. We talked about it before. We're still only at 5 likes. We had double-digit people watching this entire time. Hit that like button for us. How you feeling about Ayuk rest of the season? Think he gets back to it, or would you just try to sell before finding out? Man,
I don't know what
Ayuk's so
you're getting
tough.
for him.
Yeah, I think he's just a hold at this point. Like,
Yeah,
if someone were to, someone offers you a random second, are you taking it, or are you just keeping Ayuk?
I'm just gonna keep Ayuk at that point.
If you knew it was a top 15 pick in the draft,
I might take that and just cash out.
like the 202 or something.
Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Yeah, that sucks.
2 seconds.
Definitely 2 seconds. I'm just taking it. I always like these rankings when guys haven't played. He is wide receiver 1,142, 6,119th overall. It's like, I don't know how the hell they there's not even that many players, It's like, oh, he's behind Tom Brady, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough with Ayuk because it's like not only has he been nothing this year because of the injury, but the last time we saw him, he sucked. 7 games, 374 yards, just wasn't very good. Less than 4 catches a game. So, a couple seconds I take him. What about the 205 to mid second and a random third? Are you just keeping Ayuk?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Wait, you're trying to swing a deal here? No.
No, I don't know if I have Ayuk anywhere.
I think I have him at least in one league.
Yeah, I think I have him in like our redraft league, and I just stashed him on the IR. But trade McBride for Kittle, Goddard, and London. This is dynasty or redraft. I don't know if it matters too much really, but wide receivers are CD, Waddle, DK, Tet. So it's redraft, no tight end premium. I mean, if it's no tight end premium, I'll take the London and those two tight ends pretty easily there. So I think obviously McBride's a top 2 tight end. He's been good with Brissett, but like London has been awesome as of late. He has some bad games too, but like you're probably getting a top 12 wide receiver, and then like Goddard and Kittle. Kittle can be better than McBride from this point on. Kittle could be better than McBride. I wouldn't bank on it, but he could. And then Goddard's been good this year, so like I would think I easily take the London and the 2 tight ends there. Like I would even do it for London and like one of those tight ends, to be honest.
Interesting. He doesn't say how big the roster is, does he?
It says start 2 wide receivers, so
I know that's what makes me think like
you can't start a third one. Is it 1 wide receiver, 1 flex, or 2 wide receivers, no flex?
No tight end premium. So I don't know why the 2 tight ends is like attractive, I guess.
It's not necessarily that like I'm attracted by there being 2, but I think you're getting London and a startable tight end for McBride, and I think I would take that.
Yeah. So I mean, so he says 1 flex, so you're starting.
But is it a super flex, or is it, because you say super flex? So is the 1 flex a super flex? So like you're starting 2 wide receivers, and then is there a flex and a super flex, or just 1 super flex and that's the only flex? Because you're probably starting a QB, although London could head in there. Yeah, I guess that's a little bit important. Like if you can't really start 3 wide receivers, then maybe I just keep McBride because you have good ones in like Waddle DK Tet. Obviously I want London over those guys, but but if I can plug in London into my starting roster here and still, have Waddle or DK in, just one normal flex.
Yeah.
Oh, no tight end premium or super flex. Sorry, I read
Yeah,
that
no
as
tight end premium.
okay. Yeah, so I think I take that. If I can plug London in, like I'm starting, CD Waddle London. I think I'm taking it. I think I'm taking that there.
Is my
You seem
microphone
hesitant.
canceling out Bree in the background?
I can hear a little bit, but nothing too crazy.
Okay. She's like standing right outside the door, like with someone on speakerphone. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what's
problem.
wrong with you?
It's nothing too crazy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, McBride's been better than London. Or no, London's been better than McBride, but London also has like massive games, and like really bad games. So, yeah, I think I'm taking the London tight end side. I think the difference, the fall off from McBride to one of those tight ends is easily made up for by plugging London into your lineup over a DK Metcalf or Tetaroa McMillan. So that's the way I go.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And like what he says, this last comment for context, he has London on his bench because he's starting Puka Egbuka. I've never said those two back to back. And JSN. So that guy's making the right move too. Like upgrading at tight end.
Unless he has Bowers. Well, Bowers sucked. That whole game sucked, except for like Troy Franklin and Genty. Troy Franklin and Genty, I think we're fine. All right, I think maybe we'll take off then. We've been live for about an hour. I mean, anything else? I got a little bit of time, so I don't know if you have any more questions or if we want to. Man, I just look at Judy on like so many of my teams. I'm just like, you suck. It's just sad to see. Sad to see Judy. So
yeah, what is that shit all about? I don't get it.
What, the Judy?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he had the targets except for the last 2 weeks. I mean, 8, 9, 13, and that was 4 of his first 6 games. So just not doing anything with it. But yeah, any Tillman back soon? Yeah, is Tillman back this week? I know that was kind of in the.
Well, they're on
the
bye.
cards.
Oh no, they're not. That was last week. Expected to return. So yeah.
Judy is just another guy. He is. Although I still feel like with Judy, like if he's on that right offense, like he could still be like a guy we talk about in fantasy. Obviously, he's not going to be nowhere near to expectations of him being drafted 15th overall and stuff. But I mean, yeah, it's just the Browns in general, not great. So,
yeah. I probably should have queued up some more questions of my own.
That's all right. We're not going to be live tomorrow because of the Europe game. So next time you'll see us is Monday.
Oh, we're not doing it.
No, we usually don't get many people and stuff like that. Just people are watching the game. So next 2 Sundays we won't be live. We'll be live again Monday after the game. Try and get a dynasty show in here, like a pure dynasty show in here soon this week. And yeah, I mean the season, we got 5 more weeks of the regular season and then the playoffs. So like we're definitely shifting our focus to dynasty, which again, for making content, I'm excited about. 27 minutes ago, Aaron Jones expected to play versus the Ravens. So expected to play. And he was pretty good in his first game back, right? If I remember correctly.
He's been back for 2, and he was good in last week.
100 total yards. Not a lot of catches though.
No,
We expected
Jordan
a little bit
Mason's
more.
still playing the majority of the snaps.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fine
Yeah,
as long as Jones. I mean, I kind of want him to get 3.5 a game, right? Average.
catches.
Yeah, expecting 3 and 4 in his box score each week. What's your favorite guys' favorite bird team? In all of sports
Does that
or
change
in
things?
NFL?
All of sports.
I really like I like the St. Louis Cardinals jersey hat uniforms in general. So yeah, I'm looking at the list here. Football, I'd probably go with the Ravens. Are you asking for I took this as the jersey mascot.
I'm glad you're putting so much
thing.
thought into this.
I mean, who would win in a fight? Probably the eagle over all these other birds.
I don't know.
I mean,
Is a Seahawk a type of eagle? I guess it's a type of hawk. It's right there in the name.
I mean, it's basically between the eagle, falcon, hawk, right? Those are the contenders there.
But if you had a cardinal, you could crush that in your hand, kind of thing, if you wanted to.
That would be terrible.
Yeah, I know. I don't know who would think of something like that, but it's something I've heard recently. So, and I think it was more related to a sparrow.
Cardinals eating eagles. That would be something. I mean, college we got obviously Eagles, Hawks, Cardinals. We got Gamecocks. There's a few teams with the Gamecocks out there.
Isn't that just like a chicken?
I think so. Yeah, I think it is. You got some owls. Owls are probably one of my favorite birds, but we don't have any owls in professional sports. But you got some college owls. Ducks suck. Yeah. What is a Seahawk? Let's see here. What is a Seahawk?
Like an osprey or something, right?
Yeah. A Seahawk, the real bird behind the T. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you were right. And those are pretty big, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I kind of agree with you about the ravens. I like ravens in general. Have you ever seen an actual raven? They're fucking huge.
I don't know if I've actually ever seen one. I know they get big. I've seen obviously crows and magpies and stuff, but
yeah,
super smart, right? One of the smartest animals in the animal kingdom are birds and ravens in general.
Smarter than half the world, people-wise.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they can use they use things as tools and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I like the colors of the ravens too. Are I like that purple and black color. So, but I do really like the St. Louis Cardinals uniforms and jerseys and stuff. I just really like those. What about the Penguins? We got the Pittsburgh Penguins. How are you feeling about them?
I mean, penguins are pretty cool. You know what? I didn't know. Well, I mean, it's not that I didn't know, but I never really thought of penguins look kind of smooth and stuff. It's have you ever seen a cross section of their feathers? Obviously they have feathers, they're birds, right? But it's you don't really think about penguins having feathers, and it's really just the thickest set of feathers you've ever seen. It's crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they can stay warm. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, true. Very true. Yeah, penguins are cool. Oriole, I'm out. Out on the Oriole.
Oriole, the actual, the bird is pretty cool.
Yeah, probably. What about a blue jay?
I mean, yeah, I like seeing them, but
Oh yeah, the Pelicans
whatever.
are a team too. That sucks. That's a shitty name. Sorry.
Oh my, this is how bad AI is. They threw in the Toronto Raptors.
As a
Like
yeah,
I mean, but it's like a Velociraptor.
yeah.
Like it's
True.
just like it's like come on.
Are we counting that though? I mean, birds come from them and all that. Like,
I don't
if we
know.
are,
Are we counting like amoeba as birds because they came from that?
true.
Like
Yes.
okay.
Favorite uniform is an interesting one. I mean, I'm biased, but I do think the Chargers have one of the best uniforms. They're powder blue and gold pants, not the ones they wore a few weeks ago, like all yellow. That was disgusting. But their powder blue jersey and their gold pants, I really like. There's a couple hockey teams like the Blackhawks, Red Wings have really good jerseys. The Bengals, I do like that. They're the white tiger, white Bengal jerseys as well.
I really like the Rams helmets, like with the horns on it.
Yep.
Like those look cool because it looks like they're just gonna like headbutt the shit out of you.
Yeah, no, I do like the Rams uniforms as well. That blue and gold with that helmet. The creamsicle jerseys are really nice. I think they should wear them more. But then maybe you don't want to wear it out or whatever.
Yeah. I like other people wearing it. I guess I like them wearing it, but me myself, I'm like, it's funny because like I picked a team. Like I don't really like wearing red in general. Maybe it's just growing up as a redhead.
We don't red, orange, yellow doesn't really fit with us too much. Well, at least for me personally, I don't think so. Just because like we're redheads and fair skinned and we're like pink and red already. So it's just like even white, I don't really wear. So I agree with that. Like it's like the Padres City Connect jerseys. Like it looks really good on like Latino players and stuff. It's like the white players, it doesn't look great. So I do like the there was another one.
You didn't even mention the Padres. I do like the brown with like the yellow. Like I think that looks really good too.
Yeah. No, I do like that too. And I like that they just went different. A lot of people are like, oh, that's gross. It's like, yeah, they were just like a generic whatever. They had no like uniqueness at all to them. So we stayed live too long. We got a bunch of questions. So let's just speed through these and then we got to take off here in about 5 minutes. Parker Washington, Otten, or Kincaid at Flex PPR. I think I go Kincaid. That's just that reaction there.
That was mine too. And I started looking it up. Like, oh, what's the matchup and all that stuff. But yeah, I guess we got to go through it because you got to work. Yeah, Kincaid.
Alec Pierce or Kincaid? Are we Kincaid again?
Yeah.
Seahawks uniform is rough. Yeah.
Yeah, double mint gum color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Lions. Like when they had that, like they're one of their helmets I really like. So I got offered Rashi, Javonte, and Kincaid for Puka and Saquon. I really like this trade, but what do you all think? So assuming it's redraft there July, Rashi, Javonte, I would take the Puka Saquon side, I think.
I probably would too, because like I think I mean it's close enough. If you really need a tight end and there's nothing on the wire, it's fine. But I think I like Puka and Saquon better.
Yeah, I mean, to his defense, like I don't know what side you're getting here, July. I don't mind both sides. To Rice's defense, like I think he's been better than Puka in points per game, or maybe Puka is the only one that's been better. Like I think Rashee Rice is number 2. I know that. Obviously, it's a small sample size, but like we can also easily see that just continuing. So
yeah,
Puka has actually been better.
And the injury situation with Puka just in general. So yeah, maybe I do like the other side. I just feel like the Kincaid part is kind of it's not really like driving it, kind of, you know. So I'm just
No, I
looking
think
at receiver to receiver.
I think the Saquon over Javante is what's driving it. I know Javante's been better, but that could easily be like two ships sailing in opposite directions. I don't think Javante's going to fall off or anything, but he's, Saquon is a huge part of that offense. And last time we saw him, he had a 33-point game. So, like, is he finally, and he hasn't looked bad this year, like, if you watch him play. So, like, he just hasn't been what we saw last year. So, I think that's more of the selling point there is the Saquon over Javante. Rashi and Puka, you can maybe say is a wash. I think it's either slightly in Puka's favor or a wash. So, yeah, I like the Puka Saquon side.
Puka, Saquon, you get they just had their bye weeks also. Whereas Javante and Rice are on their bye week this week, so you get one more game out of the other guys, if that's any kind of tiebreaker for you.
Sure.
I mean, all these games are important at this point, right? We've only got 5 left, including this week.
Full PPR tight end and flex, Loveland or Mason Taylor, or drop Taylor, pick up Otten. I think you're on starting Otten over all those guys. I'd probably just go with Loveland.
Yeah.
Woody or Parker Washington. I'm going to go Woody Marks just because Parker Washington's matchups is terrible. I wouldn't be surprised if he's better, but I think it's just a really bad matchup too.
Yeah.
Or I could ride Loveland.
Where are you at on that?
Loveland.
Marks.
Interesting one. I think I go with Loveland. So I think I would go Loveland and Otten in that situation.
There you have it. Well, he's got to drop someone to get on.
I think he's dropping Mason Taylor.
Okay.
Which is fine. Should I hold on to Jordan Mason with Aaron Jones back? Yeah, I would. If they're in the right game script, I think Mason could still be good. So it always depends on, if you need to drop him or whatever. But
yeah, he's on your bench for the most part. I mean, he should be, but he's kind of a high-end handcuff for an aging running back.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe not even high-end, but a good enough handcuff. He's going to take over if something happens to Aaron Jones, I guess is a better way to put it.
I really like the Chicago Cubs hat, too, with the little cub on it. I really, really like that hat. Yeah, I'm thinking of buying one. The one with the C on it is fine, but I like the one with the little cub on it, too. So would you drop Algier, I believe that is, to stash Tank? Oh, this is Dynasty then?
No.
I have... Oh, Tank Bigsby. I was thinking Tank Dell.
Yeah, let's talk about Tank Dell.
Keep Algier. Keep Algier.
I would.
Yeah. We don't even know if Tank is going to be the main guy if Saquon gets hurt. So.
Yeah, we know Algier takes over that backfield if something happens to Bijan.
Start one, Kincaid, Otten. Oh, another one of these. Kincaid, Otten, Lovewood, Schultz, Hawkinson, Henry. So it's oof. That's not Derrick Henry, by the way. I don't know if you thought it was, but
no, I didn't.
Just in case. All right, let's figure this out.
Charles Schultz, the deceased author of the Peanuts cartoons.
Yes. I think I'm Kincaid over the Otten and Loveland. I think I go Kincaid over these guys. Yeah, I think I go Kincaid.
Yeah.
He hasn't also been playing as much either, but
yeah, I think you're kind of going with the offense, I guess. And it's not like he's been like lights out or anything like that. But
yeah.
I don't know.
Kincaid it is. Start Darnold or Penix. My gut is Darnold.
Yeah.
Is Penix playing? Indianapolis in Germany. Yeah, I'll go Darnold. I'll go Darnold.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Appreciate you all. Well, again, won't be live tomorrow because of the Europe game. So next time you'll see us is Monday after the game, just kind of recapping everything. So come hang out. We'll talk more sports jerseys. So maybe I'll put together a top 5 U.S. sports jerseys.
in my opinion. So, but yeah, appreciate everyone, and we will see you guys later. Bye.